Thank you for joining us. The political temperature in Osun State continues to rise as the crisis over local government control deepens. This time, the APC is pushing back strongly after Governor Adeleke accused his predecessor, Oyetola, of failing the ongoing local government power tussle. With tensions escalating and governments hanging in the balance, the chairman of Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, Abiodun, has berated the governor over his claims, saying he was whipping up sentiments to support illegal claims. But to unpack this tonight, tell us the side of the APC. I'm joined by Engineer Remi Omowaye, Executive Director of Project Implementation at the Federal Housing Authority. He's also former Commissioner for Works in Osun State. Engineer Omowaye, thank you very much for joining me on Politics Tonight. It's good to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, brother at home.
Thank you very much. To the watchers and observers of the politics, especially with what is happening in Osun State, this has lingered for too long. I remember it was in September you and I had this same conversation, and this time the governor is accusing his predecessor. First, the former local government chairman and councillors elected on the platform of the APC of illegally occupying council secretariats across Osun State, despite court judgment nullifying their elections. First, how do you react to this?
Okay, thank you very much. Once again, good evening, viewers at home. I think it's important we make this clear to the people that Governor Adeleke is causing a lot of problems in Osun. There's a valid court of appeal judgment that reinstated the APC elected chairman and councillor. Let me give us genesis to this whole thing briefly. There was a Federal High Court judgment of November 25th, 2022, sacking the validly elected local government chairman and councillor. And on November 27, 2022, Governor Adeleke inched on the Federal High Court judgment. He sacked the local government chairman and councillor without him allowing them to explore the option of going to appeal then to the Supreme Court. He sacked them. And because we are peace-loving people, our people left the council for him. But what we did, we just went to the Court of Appeal. On February 10th, 2025, the Court of Appeal gave a judgment that the APC elected chairman and councillor should go back to office as they are validly elected. Instead of Governor Adeleke and his team to approach Supreme Court, since there's a February 10 Court of Appeal judgment that allowed all our appeal, Governor Adeleke did not approach Supreme Court. He now started going round to institute various cases. And at the end of the day, they lost virtually all the cases they instituted because what they should have done was to go to the Supreme Court to appeal the judgment of the Court of Appeal that favored APC validly elected councillors and chairmen. But he didn't do that. So I think I blame the lieutenant and the legal team of Governor Adeleke. They just took advantage of the fact that the governor is not well schooled and they are doing it. That's why we are here today. So it's simple. As far as the law is concerned, in the eyes of the law, the APC and the APC chairman and the councillor are the legal occupants of the council, period. Any other thing is just hearsay.
All right, engineer, so before I continue with this conversation, the last time you were on this program, you and I had this back and forth. So for us not to fight today, please, I don't want you to use some certain words to describe a sitting governor. Now, so let's move on. While it's very obvious that the local government chairman would never, act on their own, let me ask you this. What is the involvement of the former governor in all of this? Yes, he hasn't said anything about this. He's not spoken for a while. But the allegations are that his boys are doing the job. The report is that he's actively influencing local government operations to create some sort of instability. What do you know about his alleged involvement in all of this?
You're funny. I don't want to talk about the issue of words, but you are saying they cannot act. They are adults. None of the local government chairman is less than 18. The ALGON chairman had been House of Assembly member. They are not kids. They went to court. So what is Governor Oyetola's own in all this? Oyetola is the leader of the party in the state, and any decision the party takes, they go to consult him. So what is his own? He's the Honorable Minister for Marine, and he's doing fine. He's facing that. How many times do you even see him in Osun? Let me just tell you this point blank. Governor Adeleke read a broadcast, gave a broadcast yesterday. He mentioned Oyetola's name 12 times in a broadcast. What is Oyetola's own? I perceive that it's just bitter because when Governor Adeleke wanted to come to APC and we rejected him because we felt APC will only take performing governor. Look at Governor Sheriff, Delta governor. He performed, and when he wanted to come to APC, we embraced him. I was in Akwa Ibom a few months ago. When the governor wanted to come to Akwa Ibom, we embraced him. Look at Kano governor. Look at this performing governor. So APC would not embrace a governor that is not performing. And because Governor Adeleke wanted to come to APC, and APC also rejected him because he's a non-performing governor. And now, anything it is Oyetola has no business in this. These councillors and chairmen are all adults. They can take decisions they want. They went to court. It was not Oyetola that went to court. They went to run for election. They won. And Governor Adeleke came and he said, no, there's a court judgment, federal court judgment, go. And the normal thing for us to do is to approach the Court of Appeal. And Court of Appeal said, come back, your appeals are allowed. So what is Oyetola's in all this? He has no business in this. The council chairmen are adults. They know what is right for them. And because they didn't want to take violence into their hands, they approached the courts. So Governor Oyetola has nothing to do with this. I don't think we should bring him into this.
I mean, this is not me bringing him into this. The conversation is entirely tied around him. But when you say APC would only accept performing governors, you know that's a debatable conversation because the same APC is saying no automatic ticket for governors just coming into our party. Again, going back to, but that's not why we're here today. So
let me explain to you. You need to get this right.
Okay.
Tell me any of the governor that came to APC that constructed the roads today and rain fell and washed the road the following day. Tell me any of this APC, any of these governors that joined APC that sacked 1,500 teachers in this time and age. Tell me any of these governors that joined APC that sacked doctors. Tell me any of these governors that joined APC that is awarding road contracts to a cyber cafe. We know what we are saying. Come to us when everything is in shambles. So the issue of non-performing governor is not debatable. We know what is happening in Osun. Governance is at its lowest peak in Osun at the moment. Judiciary run down, local government run down by the same governor. So don't let us go into that so we can continue our conversation, please.
My point is you do not live in these other states, and so you cannot categorically say that these are performing governors. It's left for the citizens of these states to tell. But going back to what the governor is saying, I mean, he has consistently maintained that fresh local government elections were lawfully conducted February 2025 after OCEC complied with court orders. My question is, if a former governor were indeed influencing current local government administration, what responsibility does the current government have to prevent disruption of service delivery? Should the focus be on political blame or on ensuring citizens continue to receive governance and services?
Now, let's get this really right. I need you to understand this yourself. There was a February 10 Court of Appeal judgment that said your appeal that allowed APC elected councillors and chairmen go back to council is a clear judgment. Now, when there is a validly elected council members, the Adeleke administration went to conduct a kangaroo election. It's just like for INEC to come tomorrow and say they want to conduct presidential election. There's no vacancy. So as at the time they claimed they wanted to conduct the election, there was no vacancy. The Court of Appeal had given judgment. And the only thing they should have done, reasonable thing that they should have done, was to approach the Supreme Court. It's simple. It's just like you're saying there's a sitting governor, and because there are legatozu, the electoral body will go and organize election. It is not done like that. These things are very, very straightforward. It's not, We don't need to debate, go back and forth. There was a February 10, 2025 Court of Appeal judgment that upheld all the appeal of APC. So if the governor felt he was not satisfied with the judgment, all he should have done was to approach the Supreme Court. He did not go. So how's that Governor Oyetola's problem? You sacked validly elected councillors and chairmen. You are blaming Oyetola. Was it Oyetola that sacked them? Instead of you to approach Supreme Court, you did not approach Supreme Court. You are blaming Oyetola. Let me even shock you. This same Governor Adeleke-led administration, they have gone to magistrate courts on this same issue. How's that Governor Oyetola's problem? It has nothing to do with Governor Oyetola. Those people concerned, they are matured enough. They know what is good for them. And this country is a country read by laws and regulations. So we shouldn't take laws into our hands and start interpreting law as something else.
But how can, because these are two political heavyweights, and I'm sure a number of residents of the state, whether these are political loyalists or not, look up to these people, including yourself. So how can the states really ensure that, political differences between former and current leaders do not interfere with administrative efficiency at the local governments, especially at this time where the president is very optimistic about the success of the local government administration?
It's very simple. There's been a Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy. The Governor Adeleke administration went to Supreme Court to challenge the federal government on the release of funds. And the Supreme Court came and said, the states do not have right to demand for funds. It's a local government thing. There's a Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy. Governor Adeleke is the governor of Osun. Let him face governance at the state level. And let him allow the local government chairman and the councillors to face governance at their level. It does not affect itself. One of the reasons why our leader, the president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, emphasized the issue of local government autonomy is he wants development to get to the grassroots. And some of the governors are not too pleased with this. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is interested in development, even at the grassroots, and he has canvassed for local government autonomy. So let Governor Adeleke face what he has in the state. Let this local government chairman face what they have in the local government. And it will amuse you. Governor Adeleke went to do a broadcast and he kept mentioning Governor Oyetola's name. What is the Honorable Minister's own?
And he's also
you were the one that made the mistake.
Engineer is also speaking about this statutory allocations to Osun State local government, amounting to about 130 billion naira, which according to him has been withheld since February. Are you saying, because you talked about this earlier, are you saying this is politically motivated?
Now, let me also tell you again, when I told you the governor is not learned, that is confused, he said I was using the wrong word. The governor first came out and he said, listen please, I want you to get this. The governor came out and he said, they are tenor, it does not recognize them. When he gave speech yesterday, he was saying they are tenured at the lapse. Initially he said they don't have tenure. The court did not return them. Now, he came back again and he said they are tenure at the lapse. Now, this same governor came out and said the federal government is holding the allocation. This state governor went to court to challenge, to restrain the bank, the commercial bank that has a fund, from disbursing. As I speak to you, some of the traditional rulers have been paid by the local government. Okay. So it is a blatant lie that the federal government is holding the fund. The Nigerians must know this. Governor Adeleke is lying. Nigerians must know that the federal government had released funds to the local government coffers. Okay. And because of autonomy, state has no business with spending. And as I speak to you, some of the traditional rulers have been paid. But this same administration, Governor Adeleke administration, went to court to restrain the bank, the commercial bank, from disbursing further. So you blame Governor Adeleke, so we beg him to stop this legal thing that he's doing and let us face governor and everybody move on. He's a state governor. Let him run as a state governor. Let him leave the local government council chairman and the councillor to run the state of the local government without hindrance.
All right, we'll talk about the elections in a moment because I see an amber inscription on your hat. Quickly about governance still, for those who say there are gray areas in all of this tussle, what should be done at this moment? Because the governor just said he needs the intervention of Mr. President. He needs the president to weigh in on this. What must be done to protect governance and ensure citizens are not shortchanged, especially for politicians who are also saying Osun APC is a threat to judiciary and governance?
Now, the president is a man that respects rule of law. There's a court judgment that says APC elected chairmen and councillors are to be in the office, are the ones validly elected. Now, the federal government had done release to the coffers of the various local governments. Governor Adeleke is going about to court. He went to Oyo State High Court that they should not allow the commercial bank to disburse the money. And the bank, the Oyo State High Court said, we do not have jurisdiction to do that. Now, as I speak to you, they have gone to magistrate courts on such matter. It's laughable. So, the president has nothing to do with this. Funds have been released to the local government. Governor Adeleke should stop going about to court to get various injunction orders to stop disbursement of those funds. Councils have done budget presentation in their various local governments. You know, the autonomy has helped a lot. They've done budget presentation. So they should allow these councils to run. So it has nothing to do with the president. It has nothing to do with AC Oyetola. The governor is the one. We are begging him, for the sake of the state of Osun, he should allow governance to run well at the grassroots level, and you stop going around chopping for court's judgment. I mean, how do you explain you taking this matter to a magistrate court in this time and age? So there are some things that are laughable, but just as I said earlier, the problem is not with the president. This has nothing to do with the Minister for Marine and Blue Economy. This is about the governor of the state. The whole thing stops on his table. It was one that dissolved when he was not supposed to dissolve. It was one that didn't allow the rule of law to play. So he must allow the rule of law to play.
All right,
going to TV, blackmailing, and this does not solve.
If, as you have put it, can you hold on? So if, as you have put it, I mean, just now you're practically saying Governor Adeleke is to be blamed for the entirety of this crisis. We have the governorship election around the corner. And I mean, clearly you know that we cannot afford to have another round of bloodshed. People cannot afford to die for nothing anymore, especially in Osun State. So if it says that political solution is the best option for every party, if it says the president intervening would diffuse this entire situation, unnecessary situation, by the way, why should that be underestimated?
Can you come again with the question, please?
All right. Because you had said Governor Adeleke is to blame for the entirety of this entire crisis, and that former Governor Oyetola does not have a hand in it, I'm asking, another governorship election is around the corner, so we cannot afford to have another round of bloodshed. We knew the number of persons who died during that local government crisis last year, and so Nigerians or Osun residents cannot afford to die for nothing. And so if the governor is saying a political solution is the way, the president intervening this time is the best option for all the parties involved, why should that be underestimated?
Well, for me, there's a clear-cut case. I mean, there's a clear-cut judgment. And for us, in APC, the life of our people is of utmost importance to us. We are preparing for the governorship election, and you recollect there was a time when Mr. President was coming to Ibadan, and when he saw the governor of Osun, the question Mr. President asked is, Ijonko, how is dance? So what Mr. Governor has been doing in Osun is to dance. I don't have a problem with the fact that Mr. Governor is dancing about. Someone wrote and said
it's even a healthy
Governor
routine.
Adeleke had attended more parties. Wait, that Governor Adeleke had attended more party in Lagos than Governor Sowolu. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with the fact that it's a non-performing governor. So the people of Osun want performance. We want a governor that will come and will make a lot of difference. Allocation had gone up. The Delta governor came out recently and he said the money given to us had gone up, that any governor that is not performing owed him responsible. So I know come August 8th, the people of Osun will vote out.
All right, engineer, let's take a break.
Adeleke,
right, let's take a break at this moment. And when we return, we'll talk about August 8th. Please stay with us, everyone. Thank you very much for staying with us, everyone. This is Politics Tonight, and if you're just joining us, I've been speaking with Engineer Remi Omowai, Executive Director, Project Implementation, Federal Housing Authority. He's also former Commissioner for Works, Osun State, as we focus on local government power tussle in Osun State. APC is reacting. Governor Adeleke is alleging. Thank you very much for staying with us, Engineer. So August 8th, and as campaigns intensify, there are those who are saying the running mate positions should be zoned to Osun Central Senatorial District. Their argument is that Oyebamiji hails from Osun West, rather, and is a Muslim. Is that position valid?
Well, that is the decision left to the leadership of the party. INEC has also not, the official campaign date has also not started.
Yes.
I mean, the official campaign window has also, so we've not started the campaign. Issue of running mate or no running mate is a decision of the leadership of the party. But one thing that is sacrosanct that we're sure of, come November 8th, people of Osun will vote out Governor Adeleke, because we've never had a governor as in quote, so I won't use the word so that you won't come and arrest me as a governor of Osun.
Well, I'm curious
we've never had the level of communal crisis we have in Osun. We've never had it bad. A lot of communal crises. Akilalu, Idu Osun, Ifon, Orolu, Repodun. It's terrible. So we can't really wait for him to leave as a governor. The local government thing is a needless battle. I was almost killed February last year. One of the reinstated local government chairman, Remi Abbas, was killed by their thugs. They raided my vehicles. These are needless things. There's a court judgment. If you are not satisfied, the law system is simple. You go to your high court. If you are not satisfied, you go to court of appeal. If you are not, you go to a Supreme Court. You had an opportunity to go to Supreme Court. You did not go. Instead, you started going around. They instituted a lot of legal cases, and they lost most of those cases. So that has nothing to do with Governor Oyetola. So for me, what is important is we want peace. We want things to move well in Osun. Governor Adeleke should face his governors as a state governor. Although his time is up, the time that he should have used to perform as governor, it was dancing about. But just as I said earlier, I don't have a problem with the fact that the governor is dancing. All I want is performance. I want to go to my state and be proud of the quality of road. I hail from Elisha. The governor dualized one road in Elisha. It's terrible. Governor Oyetola, before he left, established University of Elisha. Today, some of the programs, the school fees is as high as 1.5 million naira in a state-owned university. That is not the university we dreamt of. That's not the university Oyetola wanted for the people of Elisha. Now you are charging as much as 1.5 million naira for a state-owned university. So we want a better Osun. The president had helped us. The allocation going to state and all tiers of government had gone up tremendously. So we expect that governors and the local government chairman should be able to manage these resources judiciously. So that is what we want. This is not even about APC, this is not about PDP, it's about good governance. And that is what Asiwaju Nuruddin Bola Oyebamiji will give the people of Osun.
All right. But again, without mincing words and, I mean, because of this question I'm going to ask you, I want you to be very careful with the kind of words you use. What is APC's biggest criticism of this current administration heading into 2026? And how do you plan to convince voters to return to APC leadership?
It's simple now. I told you they did a road today. It rained, and it was the road the following day.
Is that the biggest criticism?
1,000. They sacked 1,500 teachers.
Okay.
and he promised to replace them. You called young Nigerians that don't have a job, that they should come and pay to write exams. To date, you have not given any of them a job. You sacked doctors, health workers. You did not replace them. Why did you even sack them? Because they were employed by Governor Oyetola. Communal crisis that we have never witnessed. Akinlalu, Osun, Ilobu, Ifon, Henry, that we have never witnessed. Egbedi. The resources you are getting does not commensurate to what is being done. We want a state we are proud of. So the people of Osun, what we are doing is simple. Our candidate served as a commissioner for finance to Governor Oyetola, and you must know this, please. During Oyetola's administration, he paid back about 98 billion naira as loan, and Governor Oyetola goes on record as the only governor of the state that never borrowed a kobo. During Oyetola's administration, we got minus allocation, yet we did not borrow a kobo, and we paid salaries. So Governor Adeleke will come and say, I am paying salary with the allocation you are getting. When we were getting minus allocation, Oyetola was paying salary promptly. So what we are telling them is...
Isn't this an indictment
he cannot manage
on the administration before former Governor Oyetola? I mean, that administration was also under the platform of the APC. If you say...
I served in that administration. We could... Yes, you see, I was part of the administration that served before Governor Oyetola's administration. We were paying our salary. Yes, but before the administration left, we stopped payment of our salary. But I'm talking about Governor Oyetola's administration now. For 4 years, he paid salary promptly. He did not borrow a kobo, so we must give it to him. Now, we now have a governor that is getting a lot of allocation. One, the IGR has dropped drastically. But that's not even the issue. You are not getting a lot of allocation. Now you are saying you are doing flyovers. These flyovers are given to contractor that doesn't have name. We did a flyover project. The contractor we gave it to had done flyover in a lot of Niger Delta states. Now, how do you explain you giving a road contract, a multi-billion-dollar contract to a company registered as a fertilizer supplier? How do you explain that you're giving road contract to a company registered as a cyber cafe that also belongs to someone in the government? A lot of these funny things are happening. But what we are saying is, come August 8th, the people of Osun will correct the wrong by ensuring the right person becomes the governor of the state. It's simple as that. So for us, we just want a better Osun.
All right. Before I take you up on national politics, how is your party preparing to, handle potential campaign sabotage in the era of misinformation or opposition attacks in the run-up to that election?
Let me tell you one of our greatest strengths. You see, if you want to win the election in Nigeria, part of what you must do, you must get your policies right. Now, and you must also perform. Governor Adeleke did not perform. He also did not get his policies right. He's a fractional candidate of Accord, one. Then two, a lot of people that worked with Governor Adeleke in 2022 are decanting to APC. And there's no major person in APC today that's going to join Governor Adeleke. As I speak to you, Senator Fadansi, representing Osun East, at decamped to APC. Senator Ajagunla, representing Osun Central, at decamped to APC. Wole Oke, a 5-term House of Rep member, 5-star general, at decamped to APC. Achinisoro at decamped to APC. The House of Rep member from my constituency, Soyomini, at decamped to APC. And before then, the man that contested against Governor Adeleke in their primaries, Dr. Babayemi, decamped to APC. So a lot of these juggernauts are decamped into APC. Now, how would you face, you are not getting the politics right, people are leaving your party. That's why the fact that you are the one in government. People are leaving your party. And again, you have not even performed. So, it's simple. And we still have a lot of people that are coming to join us. So I can tell you that we have a lot of strategy. We understand the politics there. And people of Osun already know. I mean, the election, before the day of the election, people of Osun had made up they know what will happen.
And there is also federal support,
Let me tell you, because... No, we don't. It's not about federal support now. Let me give you an instance. Do you know the Chief Justice of the state was petitioned by the members of the cabinet of the governor that she should be removed. And because of that, they went on strike. The court was locked for several months. People that had legitimate things to do in the court could not do it. Now, when Governor Oyetola was there, we revitalized 332 primary health care centers. It is unprecedented in the history of Nigeria. These primary health care centers are turned to something else now. So, people of Osun knows the truth. Are you talking about a community that had never witnessed communal crisis that is witnessing? Traditional rulers that were appointed, that before you came in, you removed them. As I speak to you now, Ikere doesn't have Oba. You said you have removed that of Ire. That of Igbajo, there was crisis before the lawful KBC passed on. May so rest in peace. These are things that the governor shouldn't get himself involved. More importantly, a lot of people are leaving the party because of the style of governance. In this time and age, how would you do a road? You construct a road, and it will rain, and rain will take it away. Go and look at our public school. You will shake your head.
If people are indeed leaving the PDP, the state chapter of the PDP, that's not totally on him. Even at the national level, there are challenges.
No, before that of national level started happening.
Okay.
They were decamping heavily before that of national level started happening. Dr. Babayemi had left earlier.
Since they lost the presidential
Super K, they had left. No. You see, the trend is people decamp to government that is in power. They don't leave the government that is in power. When the case of Osun was the reversal. From the day Governor Adeleke became government, that's when people had been decamping. The national started less than a year ago. Dr. Babayemi had decamped long ago. Akin Obi had decamped long ago. Super K, they've all decamped. Well, they okay decamped before this PDP national crisis started. Because you see, they also discovered that, well, okay, why did he decamp? He said it severally. He said he represents the good people of Oriade Obokun. That as I speak now, Governor Adeleke cannot point to a single good project in Oriade Obokun. How do you explain that in an entire local government, there's no single physics teacher? Now, Governor Oyetola employed teachers. You said because they were employed by Oyetola, you sacked them. Oh, yeah, employ your own. You did not. So this is not about, it's a straightforward thing. And for us, we are not doing media ops. No. The facts are there.
All right.
They are doing a flyover that will refer to Gada. The expanded joint is rubbish. In this time and age.
All right, then let's leave Governor Adeleke for a minute. Let's leave Governor Adeleke.
No, before I go, you must also know this.
Okay.
Before I go, you must also know this. Do you know Governor Adeleke is the Commissioner for Works in Osun? So if I'm talking, I want to challenge him to a debate because I'm the immediate past Commissioner for Works in Osun. Governor Adeleke is the incumbent Commissioner for Works in Osun.
Okay. So what's wrong with that?
No, I want to challenge him to a debate. So I will tell him my achievement as Commissioner for Works. He will tell me his own achievement as Commissioner for Works.
Okay. Don't worry. It's just the August 8th. You all will have the floor. All right. So let's leave Governor Adeleke for a minute. The second phase of the continuous voter registration started about a week ago. And I mean, I remember that before in 2025, going by the last numbers released by INEC, Osun State was leading. So if you also consider that August 8th is the governorship election and given the large number of young people in the state, how are you engaging them to participate in the CVR and eventually in elections? Okay,
one thing you cannot take away from this time and age is the deployment of technology. If you look at the continuous registration, we have deployed a lot of strategy to encourage particularly younger ones. In 2022, someone that was age 16 in 2022 will now be eligible to vote. So we have deployed a lot of strategies to interact with them and to let them see the reasons why they have to be part of this, that their voters card is their power. Osun has a sizable number of holistic youth. We have a lot of tertiary institutions, so we also have a campaign structure. We have a sensitization structure within the tertiary institution, within the cluster of the holistic youth, and even the youth that are not elite, that are not in the category of the elite. So we have a structure of reaching out to them. For instance, I come from Malaysia West. In my ward, there is a laptop that enhances, instead of you going to cafe, use the laptop to register, and there's some other strategy to move people to where they will register that we are doing. So a lot is ongoing, and not only for them to register, because we also discovered that in the time past, people will register, but they will not go and pick their card. So we're also doing a lot of sensitization to ensure that people not only register, but they also go to pick their voter's card.
All right, let's stay on this, engineer, because you look like a young person. I don't have my glasses here, but perhaps it's the heart that is deceiving me. But let's stay on this. Simply because, youths form a majority of newly registered voters. I'm wondering what can be done to keep them motivated through, to election day. How can political parties, not just the APC, connect better with young voters? I mean, if we say party membership can be a game changer for young people, because it will, connect them with experienced politicians and professionals who can guide them, get them involved in youth wings campaigns and the likes. How can they stay motivated through to election day?
Well, whether you're a young person, whether you're an old person, you want a better Nigeria. You want a better governance. I mean, you want good governance. So, as a political party, we're doing a lot to ensure that we get our youth, the younger ones, involved in everything we're doing. Even at the level of Asiwaju Oyetola, that's the governorship candidate for APC in Osun, we have a youth wing, a youth structure that we're doing a lot of things with the youth. The way you are going to communicate or talk to an 80 years old woman is different from the way you are going to canvass someone that is in tertiary institution. It's different from the way you are going to canvass someone that is a farmer. For instance, now, I went to a public state university. I knew how much I was paying. But now we have a public state university that is supposed to be subsidized. If not for net fund by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a lot of students would have even dropped out. You are charging as much as 1.5 million for a state-owned university. So, I mean, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of strategy we are going to use to encourage the youth to be involved. And if you look at our political structure in Osun, a lot is happening. Look at our councillors. We have a lot of young people that are less than 30. Look at our chairman. We have a lot of them that are very young. When Governor Oyetola was the governor, he had a lot of young people in the government. So that is also encouraging a lot of young people to want to be part of the government. I mean, to join politics, because they also see that, okay, this party is friendly to we the young ones. Before now, they used to think our political party is a party of old people. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is changing that. Governor Oyetola changed that in Osun. I've served as commissioner twice. I am an ED at the moment. I'm less than 50. I mean, that tells you it's a party that encourages youth. And because we are also young, we are also talking to our peers that this is the party to be. So if you look at our party registration now, a lot of young people are coming into the party because they want a good governance, they want a better Nigeria, and they know their voters card is their power. So the trend is fast changing in Osun, and I can tell you that in this coming election in Osun and even Nigeria, the youth will take a significant, they will play a significant role in determining who wins the election. When the campaign proper starts and you see what we have in stock for the youth, you will know that truly the youth would prefer Asiwaju Bola because of what he intends to do with the youth. And he has a lot of youth in the structure, running the structure for him. So That's settled down.
And in the last, interestingly, engineer, in the last 24 hours, 2 more governors have joined the APC, Governor Abba Yusuf and Governor Caleb Moflang. 2 top governors joining the All Progressives Congress. 29 governors so far aligning with the APC. Yet, ADC is saying in 2027, we will unseat the APC. And I must also remind you that your leader, or former leader, now that is with the ADC, former Governor Rauf Aregbesola, is one of the front runners of that party. You must be so worried.
You said what?
I said you must be so worried. Isn't that bothering you?
No, it's not now. He's not only my leader, he's my kinsman, he's my egbon. So I respect him anytime, any day. It's just that politically we are different way. Let me tell you, in 2022, he did not support us. He comes from Malaysia East. Oyetola won his local government. Oyetola won his ward. In 2022, he did not support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu won his polling unit. He won his ward. He won his local government. So I don't see that big challenge. ADC is not. It's not this ADC that will unseat the present government. I mean, a party that has Atiku Abubakar, David Mark, all those old politicians that ruined the country. So what are they offering that is new? So maybe in the next 10, 20 years, maybe when another crop of young politicians come, things might change, but not this. We know what they can offer. We have seen all of them. So they are not offering anything new. I mean, if Rotimi Amechi will come and be saying this on, what did you do when he was there? So it's not, there's nothing they can offer. And I can tell you, Yoruba will say, but President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing a lot, and we are beginning to see the result. This time last year, we were buying a bag of rice for over 100,000, but today it's like 50-something. We didn't have a refinery of our own before now. Everything was largely imported, but today, chunk of the PMS that we use is produced locally. Yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth, but the government support is massive. Look at Net Fund. It's a lot. A lot of people have been reached. It's just that the government is not making a lot of noise. If you know the effect Net Fund is having on this country at the moment, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have benefited from it. People that ordinarily would have dropped out, they benefited from this. So a lot is happening. If you come into our international airport today, I came into the country some weeks back, and I was shocked when I saw at the airport that so we can have this in Nigeria. One of the most busiest roads is Ibadan, Ife, Ilesha Road. That road is being reconstructed now. Concrete road. I applied Akure to Ikere a few weeks ago. I was shocked with what I saw. Massive road construction across the country. And when people talk about infrastructural decay, you won't blame the present government for these are decades of over the time. And the president is doing a lot to correct it. I want you to do a special documentary of this thing on what is happening in the blue economic sector. You will see what Adeleke is doing. And look at what is happening in FCT. We never had a minister as performing as Isom Wike. Look at what is happening in FCC. A lot is changing. And that's how you have it in all sectors. Yes, you might not have been noticing well in all the sectors, but things are changing. So if you want to unseat the present government, it is not these crops of politicians that just pack themselves. Peter B will tell you he's not leaving. He's just jumping about. So is that person that would unseat the performing president?
All right,
so
then.
for my Oga and Egmont, I wish him all the best. He's my kinsman, so I will continue to give him that respect. But let him enjoy himself as the National Secretary of ADC. But on what is happening in Osun is not in the space.
Okay. Thank you for speaking with us. Great conversation as always. Thank you very much. Engineer Remi Omonwaye is Executive Director, Project Implementation, Federal Housing Authority, also former Commissioner for Works, Osun State. Thank you very much for your time on Politics Tonight. Do have a great evening.
You should also come and greet us in Osun.
All right, if you
so that
invite
me and you will go and greet Governor Adeleke.
All right.
So that me and you will go and greet Governor Adeleke.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't worry. Don't worry about greeting Governor Adeleke. Don't worry about that. Thank you very much for speaking with me tonight. Please have a great evening.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But before we go, let's tell you that the views and reactions of our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Meanwhile, you can watch the repeat broadcast